Hey people, Intro here, 1v1, Calderis, Refinery, blue side, Ruthless at heart, with a Warp Spider Exarch, a teleporting hero that fights in ranged combat by default, bringing some powerful control abilities. This is the Exarch's elite scheme. Up against on the red side is Alotar with a Ravener Alpha, a tunneling hero with great mobility, powerful offense, and a bit of support. Begins in ranged combat but can get a specialized melee weapon. There's the tunnel. Termagants getting through it. I think I'd rather have teleporting than trying to dig tunnels through solid rock. It's a strong Ravener. We've got some more Termagants on the way. Double Dire Avengers, I assume, into some Banshees. But maybe we'll see Rangers and Shurikens first or something mental. Okay. Heavy cover for the Ravener. Should get some good damage on the Warp Spider here, but it's going to finish the cat and then teleport back into cover. So it should be able to stay in the field. And actually doing some pretty good damage. I'm not sure if the Ravener is actually getting cover there. Looks like it should have been, but took a hell of a lot of damage. Hell of a lot of damage. Does the Warp Spider really do that much more DPS than a Ravener? I don't think so. I don't think he was getting a cover bonus there. All my gaunts are going to run into these Dire Avengers. Going to be a bad day for these fellas. No grenade to threaten them. No fleet to get away. They really like their aspect, and there's the retreat. Warp Spider's here, gonna need to teleport out. I'll just retreat then. The teleport had just been used. Double Termagants rolling through. Gonna double back and grab that VP. Meanwhile, west side, Dire Avengers pushing up. Are we gonna see another tunnel soon? Should be off cooldown now-ish. I think it's quite a long cooldown, like 70 seconds or something, I think. Warrior Brood on the way. Those guys are a melee unit by default. But expect a Barb Strangler, especially if we see some Banshees, and here they are. Double Toxin Sacks is great for controlling them, but the Termagants are going to be busy capping a lot of the time. They have power melee weapons, good mobility, and those pistols that don't really do anything. To be honest, Termagants get the decap and run, and there is a tunnel, and another one there. Warriors using it to get into the front lines. The eye decorator above their icon there telling you that they are a detect unit, so if you see some sneaky rangers they can spot them. That leap into combat's pretty effective too, knock stuff over. The Ravener quite low, still in the field. I assume the warrior is going to be taking a lot of damage though. The Warp Spider with the improved targeters, 50% more range damage. It's a really good accessory early on, can punish units. The tunnel taken down, you get 15 red for taking out a tunnel. I mean, I know tunnels are powerful, but that seems a little bit mental. That's almost killing a marine worth of red. Bit of damage on the Ravener Alpha now from the Warp Spider. Barb Strangler warriors are in, but they shoot at the Warp Spider and not the Howling Banshees. Warp Spider's after them, tying them up in melee combat so they can't fire that Barb Strangler. And we saw the War Shout, which means they have an aspect. They've gone for the Fleetness. 15% more health, War Shout, Fleet of Foot, and the dual power swords. They call them mirror swords here. I'm not sure if that's an Eldar thing, but hey, 2 power swords is better than 1. They are going to grab the VP now. Warp Spider using that teleporting, which is really powerful on Calderis because you can teleport up these steep inclines. Tunnels, of course, your entire army can use 4 at a time. Oh no, Ruthless lost the Dire Avengers. Where? Oh, right here. The Hormagorts must have caught them when Ruthless was paying attention to the west side, much like I was. And we got some Rangers up now for some long-range sniper support. They have some good utility, those fellas as well. Looks like Alotar was more alive to the threat on the east side than Ruthless was. Warrior Brood back into the field. Termagants grabbing that central VP. We do have some Toxin Sacks. Damage bonus, health bonus, and crippling poison. It's one of the best tier 1 upgrades you're going to see, but that was a really good kinetic pulse there. I thought he was trying to set up a grenade throw, but these fellas weren't quite close enough. Their aspect gives them... I mean, speaking of good tier 1 upgrades, this might be it. Fleet, 33% more health, grenades and shields. 413 to 470 early on, and Ruthless paying for the lapse which cost him that Dire Avenger squad right now. Doesn't have the bodies on the field. A Ravener Brood on the way now for Alotar. Going to bring some range DPS in tier 1. And disruption, of course. Rangers going for the cap. Fleeting away now, so they do have their Pathfinder gear. Get a shot on the warriors, but not enough to take a model. No grenade from the Dire Avengers. There we go. A little bit late with the grenade there. It's good to try and catch things coming into melee, like these Hormagaunts, because it's difficult to change direction on a melee charge. Banshees might get caught in retreat here. Need to be careful. Going to take a look at the power. Only 4 of them up. Pretty good at bashing with their power weapons, but there's some angry looking Tyranids behind you, ladies. There's a tunnel, and here's the Ravener Brood. Start off with ranged Devourer weapons, but they can get a specialized melee upgrade. The Warp Spider just exploding some Termagants there, but they do get away. Tier 2 now for Ruthless at heart. Rangers getting shots in. Raveners could be close to dropping a model there, so you see the retreat from Alotar. 1 model on the Termagants is all. And the Banshees got away. There they are. Doesn't look like they took too much damage. These Hormagaunts have been ruling this east side. Did not see a grenade attempt there. Maybe it was on cooldown. Hormagaunts have done a fantastic job. They've half an XP bar. But those improved targeters are nasty. Ravener can't really keep up with that offense in tier 1. In terms of just raw damage output. Tier 2 though, can get his Corrosive Devourer. His Synapse Aura, which adds as a damage multiplier for everything. Some pretty good damage there to those Rangers. Here come Howling Banshees though. They're a big threat to that low level Ravener Alpha. Takes a shot, but it was not a kinetic pulse to set up this charge. Banshee's a little bit isolated now. Dire Avengers trying to get in. There's a Crippling Poison. Washout misses the suppression. They do get in there briefly. Setting up a little bit of indecision from Alotar, but the grenade is dodged by ducking into the tunnel. Nicely done by Alotar. Forces off the Dire Avengers. And with the Ravener Brood and the Ravener Alpha and the Termagants, that's a solid amount of range DPS in tier 1. Not sure what Ruthless has spent their resources on. Is it just... oh, calls in an Alotar. There you go. Leaps in there. Getting some melee going. She comes in with those stunning plasma grenades. When she's on the field, quite nimble on her feet, as you can see. Can tie things up. Can support with a passive damage reduction aura. I believe it's only against range damage. And can leap around and heal things and stuff. She's awesome. Requires some attention though. We often see the Autarch perish quite soon after hitting the field. Talking of hitting the field, some Raveners just got called in by Alotar, and this could be really overwhelming for Ruthless at heart. Power being bashed momentarily, I think. There we go. I'm going to bash it pretty damn fast too. Ruthless really needs to respond. I thought we were going to see a Wraith Lord or a Falcon or something. Not sure if the Autarch is going to be able to turn the tide here. There's the Spear coming in. It's a power weapon, unlike the Banshees, which have a heavy melee spear. Maybe she should borrow theirs. I mean, can still do some work. Kinetic Pulse could set up a Banshee charge. And then the Autarch could jump in and support them. Speaking of jumping in, she's just going for it. Capillary Tower goes up. Bit of an empty jump there, not really setting up anything. Could have been a little bit more patient. Have a passive leap in there too, as you can see. Banshee Exarch getting stuck in with those mirror power swords. And doing some work, forcing off the Tyranids. Needs to sweep across the map and do some stuff. The Warp Spider went down there actually. And by do some stuff, I mean, you know, bash power and cap. Words are my tool. Autarch, so quick on her feet, jumping over things as well. Goes for that central VP, 319 to 470. Venom Brood on the way for Alotar. An anti-vehicle unit. Facing no vehicles, which might sound odd, but these guys also have a ranged Synapse upgrade, which is going to buff the damage of both the Termagant Broods and the Ravener Broods, which is a big amount of damage right now. Alotar with some fancy special attacks. Getting some kills. Done well so far. 313 to 470 on the VPs. Only got the decap and backed away. Rangers doing their thing on the east side. No run on the power there. What is the Alotar doing? Why is she coming back to base? She's got full health. She's not retreating. Is there a group teleport happening? No. Warp Spider's still down. There's no webways. Not sure what she was up to there. Just having a chat with the Banshees. I feel like she could have completed this cap, or maybe come over to this power and smacked it around or something. Maybe even leaped up here to this VP, got a decap. Rangers are being sneaky with their Pathfinder gear. Maybe Ruthless just really wants to keep her with those Howling Banshees. You see that blue aura around these units? That's the range damage resistance, which the Alotar does not benefit from. Maybe she should. She is off. Look, no, not even the Banshees can keep up with her. In the mid, a rather confused Raveners are seeing an uncapped VP here. Like, what's going on? Is this a trap? Also decap that VP. Ruthless now with some Wraithguard. They're going to be left behind though. Alotar getting stuck right in. Following up on the Banshees. That was pretty well timed by Ruthless. Is now in there. Going for the Synapse Bombs by killing Warrior Brood models. Don't think they've got one. No, they're still all alive. Look at them. One's going to drop soon though. There it is. That 10% damage and a big old knockback to non-synapse creatures. Pretty painful. The Alotar did get away. Not sure if the Wraithguard even got a shot off there. Those guys are those powerful Wraith Cannons doing good damage to all targets. Suppressing infantry too. Also immune to suppression themselves, so they won't be affected by the Barb Strangler's suppression. This guy has a Thorax Swarm upgrade now. So he's ready to chuck some stuff about. Like the Desiccator Larvae. I always forget what that thing does. Because usually you don't see it. Well, I don't notice it. It's all about those electroshock grubs. We don't see any vehicles here. It's probably like a debuff or something, right? Doesn't tell me here. Gives us some more health. Hormagaunt still on the prowl. Almost level 2. 275 to 452. Ruthless has kept themselves in this game. Can the Alotar set up something here with a jump? Ranger gets a model. That's a passive leap there. It's quite a long range passive leap. Feel like the Warrior Brood leap is a little bit closer. Wraithguard getting a decent volley on the Venom Brood. Hormagaunt's getting stuck in though. Banshees counter initiate. Alotar disrupting the Venom Brood. Going in for a kill. Doing some good damage with that spear. Look at that. Gets a model pretty quickly there. Rangers are strangely split up, but they're making it work. Hormagaunt's dealt with. Banshees do get away. I think only the Exarch survived. What is this? Tunnel usage, and the Warp Spider Exarch is back to his feet with the Entangling Web. Thought maybe we'd see the anti-grav grenade, but that would have to replace the targeters because Alotar is bunching up quite a bit here. Partly why those Wraithguard were purchased, I guess. The Alotar's done a fantastic job so far. Level 2. Doing some real damage. You usually don't really think of her as a big offensive threat, but she's put some pain on those Tyranids. Usually thought of as kind of disrupty, supporty. But that spear hurts. What is it? Yeah, 65 power melee DPS on something that fast. She's going to get retreat kills and stuff. Hey guys, you're going to cap. There we go. They don't have a Spirit Seer Warlock, but the Exarch of the Dire Avengers, I believe, is granting the Spirit Seer buff. See that blue swirly thing going off there? The Wraithguard gives them more speed and I think more vision range. 227 to 452. Alotar kind of stuck in tier 2 with the amount of units purchased. Has huge amounts of upkeep. Well, huge amounts relative to Ruthless at heart right now. And of course, losing models per engagement needs reinforcing and things. Capillary Tower goes up. Wraithguard are kind of caught out there. Banshees need to respond quicker than that. Grenade goes in. Here we go. Autarch leaps into action, literally. And Banshees get in. There's the washout. Right onto that Warrior Brood Synapse explosion. Alotar being very static when the Banshees come in. Not being on the ball in terms of crippling poison. And Warriors got slaughtered there. Look at Alotar's army just fell apart. Needed to be way more vigilant with the crippling poisons there. It's tough when the Autarch jumps on you. But that was a really good little raid there by Ruthless. Getting some more Wraithguard. I think that might be a mistake. Is that an Overwatch issue going on there? Have they left them on Overwatch production by mistake? Despite the losses Alotar took, they are capping mid. And now, freed up a whole bunch of requisition income, as you can see. Less units means less upkeep to pay. And maybe they can get tier 3 and get some much bigger Tyranids on the field, which aren't afraid of Banshees. Autarch jumping in, but those guys retreated in time, weren't knocked over. Where are the Wraithguard in terms of XP? Almost level 2. And we do see double Wraithguard. I remember the last time I saw double Wraithguard in a 1v1. That's pretty rare. I remember when the Wraithguard first came in. Were they a Chaos Rising unit? I think they were. And everyone thought they were insanely overpowered. Happens with every unit that comes in. Tier 3 for Alotar. With massive amounts of power. Haven't seen it touched, I don't think, by Ruthless. I know the Banshees had a look at it early on. But since then, haven't really been out that way. Eldar are going to take mid, maybe. Autarch just using her leap there to get a heal. It's not the biggest heal ever, but it's something. Got some cheeky Termagants going for a power bash. Look at this. No gens up at all. I mean, double Wraithguard will put a dent in a Carnifex. That assumes, of course, that the Carnifex isn't charging at their faces. Do they have faces? Helmets. There's the 2-1, 179 to 419. Ravener fleeing the angry Banshees. Gone for the Crippling Talon and the Synapse Aura for damage. So it's now a melee Ravener without a ranged weapon. Trying to debuff those Banshees. Still has the double Termagants, but they are off doing things. Like dying. I think they took down a node though. Grenade on retreat, didn't quite hit. Not sure how that Termagant died. Banshees on retreat path are going to kill stuff, that's for sure. So Autarch has been amazing. Rangers, they're disrupting the Ravener at close range. Is there not a minimum range on Kinetic Pulse? There must be. Taking out the tunnel and almost taking out Raven Alpha. That was the first tunnel ever, wasn't it? It might have been. Ruthless now looking pretty strong, but here comes a Carnifex. I feel like Carnifexes are a lot bigger in Dawn of War 2 than they are represented on the tabletop. They're a lot more monstrous. 179 to 347. Triple cap here for Ruthless now. Gets a full power bash. Most likely. Wraithguard pretty good at taking out power nodes and stuff, as you can see there. Not sure what those fellas are up to in the back of the base. There's the Capillary Tower for some speed bonuses and other things. Carnifex is on the field. No upgrade. Starts off as a melee unit. Big old claws. Rangers got caught, but do get away with one model. And the Wraithguard back away as quick as they can. Sticking close to the Dire Avenger Exarch for the Spirit Seer buff. Not sure how much of a speed bonus they get. Oh, they get caught. They don't want to stick around. Maybe they spotted the Carnifex is gone for Thornback. they could just charge through everything, barrel into the Wraithguard and start smacking them around. You have a Wraith Lord on the way, most likely with the Bright Lance to help fight the Carnifex. And of course the Eldar have the advantage of actually having a repair unit, which Tyranids do not have. Carnifex can heal passively over time very slowly, or you can get a zone throat for symbiosis these days. Or of course just march it back to base. Smack. Look how much damage that was. 1750 hit points with a Thornback upgrade. Used to be, was it 1875 I think at one point? 168 to 254 double cap here for Alotars, come right back into it. Got the cap game going pretty quickly there. Got a Ripper Swarm here, spawned by the Carnifex I think. Another Capillary Tower going up. But here comes a bunch of Eldar, including a Wraith Lord. And there's that Bright Lance. And fire on the move. Taking damage though from the Venom Brood, tied up there by the Autarch. This could be a pivotal engagement. Wraithguard need to spread out and fire and get moving when they are tied up like this. But he retreats them. Still getting some good shots on with the other squad. Carnifex needs to change targets. There we go. But all the while, the Wraith Lord doing good damage, and Banshee's getting into the back lines alongside that Autarch. Can she get the last hit? She got a hit. How did you survive, Venom Brood? How did you survive? The Carnifex is not going to survive. They're a little bit hasty there, Alotar. Should have been way more careful when they saw Ruthless get into the back lines, disrupt the Venom Brood. The Wraith Lord was pretty much free. Wow. Lots of Rippers died. Wraith Lord was free to pursue the Carnifex unchallenged there. Ravener taking out his frustration on the Warp Spider, but it just looks like Ruthless's game right now. 104 to 254. Fancy sync kill there for the Wraith Lord. Autarch is being debuffed by the Crippling Talon at level 4 now. The Autarch. How much health does she have? 1140. You go, girl. You got over 1,000. Who'd have thunk it? Another Carnifex on the way. Maybe we'll see a Barb Strangler this time. Autarch leaping in again. Bright Lance will struggle to hit infantry. Autarch can smack him around though. Almost got a model there. In fact, she's not stopping. Goes now for the VP. Might see a triple cap here for Ruthless. Alotar is really depleted. Next engagement could decide it if the Carnifex goes down. Have some capping rangers. Well, a capping ranger. Autarch gets away. MVP here, this Autarch. And I think, can she swap? I believe she can swap to a fusion gun even if she has the spear these days. Although, I could be wrong. It was certainly discussed at some point. Another Wraith Lord for Ruthless, and why not? Who needs tier 3? Here's the second Carnifex. Going for Barb Strangler. Could still be tied up and messed up by the Wraith Lord. But might do some very bad things to those Banshees as they run in. Autarch, sorry, the Warp Spider's trolling by being behind heavy cover. Outside of a place you could normally get to. Just shooting them from the cliff. Here we go. Venom Brood just kind of waltzing into trouble there. This engagement is already over. Even the Autarch could come in and tie up this Carnifex. The Ravener Brood die. Alotar just going into death. 104 to 173. Carnifex, I don't think even got a shot off Alotar with a GG. Might see a concede, and then we do see a concede. Ruthless, after a tough tier 1, an early Dire Avenger loss. Got some smart units on the field. Rangers did well, picking things off, setting up little charges. Autarch was awesome, and a double Wraithguard really helped, really worked out. Alotar, I'm not sure that heavy tier 2 kind of got countered pretty hard. Tier 3 was a little bit late. Carnifex did nothing. Second one did nothing. And Ruthless hung on. A little bit sloppy from Alotar, managing all the units, but it's not easy. It's tough. What did we get in terms of levels? Level 5 Warp Spider and a level 2 Ravener Alpha. There you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.